Welcome back to Citizen Extra. Many thanks indeed for staying tuned. Now we are receiving reports from our reporter on the ground that Central Police Station is on fire. This is very close to University Way in the Nairobi Central Business District, and firefighters are at the scene. Of course, it's not quite clear whether it's the police station or the houses where the police officers stay, but let's get more updates now from Laura Cheng, who is on phone with us. Laura, morning. Good morning to you. What can you tell us about this fire that is being reported at the Central Police Station?
Well, a very good morning to you, Wahiga. And we are just here at the Central Police Station where indeed there is a fire, and we're seeing a fire, the firefighting crew that is here. We understand that they've been here for quite some time. So what we can see, because we've just got into this place right now, is there's some iron sheet structures that are currently being, can I say, evacuated, or they're trying to remove things from that place. Now, the situation at Uhuru Highway is a bit tense. Police are basically trying to cordon off pedestrians and trying to divert traffic so that people cannot be accessing this route en masse. So, of course, we are trying to gather details exactly to establish the cause of fire and how many structures exactly have been brought down and things like that, and if there are any casualties or the nature of what the kind of property that has been destroyed by this fire. But of course, what we're seeing right now is the firefighting crew basically trying to put out sections of the fire. We can see some small embers in very separate sections across the police station, but it is not in the station exactly, but we are seeing some iron structures which we're being told they are part of residential houses that are within the Central Police Station. So, of course, we'll be gathering details and we'll bring you up to speed with the latest from this area. Wahiga.
Laura, we'd heard earlier on that there were explosions at that location. Do you know what are the explosions? The reason why the fire started? Could it have been potentially a gas leak? What more can you tell us on the origin of this fire?
Well, indeed, Wahiga, what we have so far gathered since we got here is that the explosions were the result of some electrical force that came as a result of the fire. So it's not quite clear whether the electrical malfunction is the cause of the fire or the explosion came after the fire had started. There are a lot of unverified reports that people are throwing around. So, of course, we're trying to get an established authority to basically tell us what exactly has been going on. But indeed, people around this place say that there were some explosions that actually attracted a lot of people to this place. And they say they had the explosions, and looking back, they saw a huge cloud of smoke, and that's why they gathered in this area. So we're yet to establish whether the explosions were as a result of the fire or the explosions were the cause of the fire. Wahiga.
All right. Well, Laura, unfortunately, we are trying to play some footage for our viewers. Okay, good. So we have some images now. I believe some of these images may have been taken a bit earlier. Laura, from where you are right now, what you're looking at, just describe it to us from where you are right now.
Yes, Wahiga. Well, we are, you can see that is one fireman basically trying to walk around that place. And that is the situation generally, because we are outside the police station. We have not actually been allowed access into the area.
Okay.
So from where we're standing, we're seeing the people, the firefighting crew basically trying to put out some sections where we can see some small embers of fire. We're also seeing people trying to get inside those iron sheet structures around that place, trying to salvage a few things. I can see clothes from here and some things that look like domestic belongings, like clothes and, basic household things that I can see from here. But what we're seeing right now is basically people, the firefighting crew, per se, are trying to just put out the fire. Now, as you can see, yeah, that is basically what is going on. I think that man trying to help the fireman now said there is a resident of that place, I presume, because judging from the way he's dressed, is very casually dressed, and there are people like him as well who are basically they're being cordoned off from that area, but they're trying to basically just put out the fire completely. We understand that they've been here for some time now. We cannot exactly say whether it's an hour or 2 hours exactly, but we'll be finding out that, and we're bringing you the latest. And those are that is a police vehicle that is trying to keep pedestrians and traffic away from Uhuru Highway. But right now I can see that they're at least trying to open up the road, because the fire has been put out to some extent. So we're seeing some sort of traffic build up once again on Uhuru Highway.
Finally, Laura, I know you're still trying to get information even as you talk to us. Do you have any reports of anyone who's been possibly injured, or what concrete information can you give us in regards to what effect the fire may have had on those living there?
As of now, we do not quite have reports of any casualties yet, but that is because I said we just got here. We have not quite spoken to an authority.
Okay.
But of course, we will be following up and find an appropriate authority to be telling us the exact details, including the cause of the fire and whether there are any casualties reported. Wahiga, as you can remember, maybe if I can just take you back in 2016, where such an incident happened in Kasarani Police Station, where there was one casualty. So this is also one of a kind in itself. Of course, we'll be trying to figure out what exactly caused the fire. Like the one in Kasarani, we understand that it was a gas cylinder explosion. So, of course, we'll be trying to look into the cause of this once we find a proper authority to establish the cause of the fire and the casualties and the extent of the damage. Wahiga.
Thank you so much, Laura Achieng Otieno, for giving us that update. She's just very close to that location at the Central Police Station. You can see some of the images on your screen. Firefighters now almost slowed down in their activity as they assess what more needs to be done. The core of the fire there seems to have been basically put out. What you can see is just smoke. But down there, let me also talk to you a little bit about breaking news out of Trans Nzoia, where Governor Patrick Kayemba's election has been upheld. He can now breathe easy. This court in Kitale has thrown out the petition that was filed by two voters, that's Robinson Simiyu and Alpha Chore. Remember, it was quite a complicated case, even requiring the court to order a recount of votes that were cast at 131 polling stations in Trans Nzoia. The recount was ordered after the governor's lawyer, that's Peter Wanyama, had questioned a report by the deputy registrar on the scrutiny of forms 37A, B, and C. But when all is said and done, the court has the final word, and Governor Patrick Kayemba can now basically fulfill the promises he had promised the people of that county after he has no more worries about his election being challenged at the court. The court there has thrown out this particular petition a minute or so ago, and of course we'll try and get you more pictures on that. That's the breaking news that we are bringing to you at the moment. But on the screen you can see what is just a bit of smoke from a fire that had caused quite a scare at the Central Police Station. Of course, we don't have any numbers or any information on whether there were any injuries or fatalities in regards to this. But what we can see is that these Mabati structures are no longer quite stable after that fire. Our correspondent on the ground, Laura Otieno, telling us that it was due to an electrical fault. A lot of people on social media had complained about explosions near Globesima roundabout. We can confirm that it was this particular fire, and it's now been